From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordo, and this is your News 8 Daily for Wednesday, May 13th. Weather going to be a little bit more breezy and cooler today. It's in the 40s right now. Highs going to be in the 60s across central Indiana. Warmer 70s are possible if you're further south. All in all, not a bad day, especially out there at the track.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why customers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Central Indiana. Wish TV is now live on YouTube TV and Hulu Live, offering more hours of local programming than any other station. Search for Wish TV or look for CW8 on both YouTube TV and Hulu Live to find us. Watch local news, sports, and lifestyle shows live from Wish TV. You can still catch Wish TV free over the air or stream it live on wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile apps. Wish TV, available in more places for the latest news, weather, and sports.
New on Daybreak, Katherine Legge's team says she will be the first woman to attempt the double, racing in both the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. Both races are on the same day. Together, they total more than 1,000 miles. Only 5 drivers in history have attempted it, and just one has completed it. Tony Stewart is the only driver to have ever done the double. It's day 2 of the Indy 500 practice at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The gates open at 10 this morning, then drivers will hit the track at noon. Angela Morian brings us the story of one particular rookie who has the racing spirit in his DNA.
Michael Schumacher is arguably the greatest driver in Formula One history. He's won a record 7 world championships and ranks second all-time in total wins. His son Mick, an Indy 500 rookie, feels the pressure of that family name, but he's not shying away from it.
I love being compared to my dad. I think that's, you want to be compared to the best out there. Obviously, it's a bit different here in IndyCar because there's no real comparison as my dad didn't do it, but so... It's all right. It's the same as always and business as usual.
You can't even fathom the pressure that somebody like Mick has. I mean, I know what I've lived with my whole life, but his is tenfold. And, I think he handles it with grace and class. I think he goes out there every day to, build his own name and reputation. And I love seeing him here in IndyCar.
I know his father, as we've gone through at the same time, is Michael Schumacher is everybody's hero. And seeing a second generation actually in a teammate, driving together, it's a phenomenal feeling.
The Schumachers have made their name with success on road and street courses. In fact, Michael has won 5 different U.S. Grand Prix right here on the Indy road course. Now it's Mick's turn to try to make his own Indy history, this time on the oval for the Indy 500.
At the beginning, we were thinking, okay, is it maybe easiest to just do road courses and street courses to begin with? But then I was like, you might move over here, might as well do it, fully. And very happy that I did. I'm excited for it. IndyCar has been so good to me, and it's a great championship. Just still missing those results a little bit, but I think coming off of the Indy road course here, it's been a solid weekend. This is the big one. This is the one that we all want to do well in, and so do we, and I think we have everything it takes to do that.
Maybe even enough to be the first Schumacher to drink that milk. Angela Morian, Wish TV and wishtv.com.
Indianapolis native Ephraim Owens is performing America the Beautiful at the Indy 500 once again. This is the second year in a row Owens will perform the song during pre-race ceremonies. He also sang the national anthem during the Brickyard 400 in 2024. IMS announced his return yesterday. Owens competed in season 24 of The Voice in 2024. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita is warning you to watch out for scammers if you are looking to buy last-minute tickets for the Indy 500. Rokita says fake tickets, suspicious hotel deals, and online fraud attempts become more common leading up to the race and race day. Officials recommend buying directly from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Call ahead and confirm hotel reservations directly. Use credit cards and avoid deals that just seem too good to be true. Happening today, the IMS Museum is scheduled to hold a groundbreaking ceremony for its new restoration and event center. The museum says the expansion will include detailing bays and vehicle restoration space. It will also display cars that are not available to see at the museum. The groundbreaking is scheduled to start at 10:30 this morning. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez is going to be there and be live on Wish TV Daybreak starting at 6 a.m. this morning. In other news, one person is dead and 3 others are injured after stabbing on the city's southwest side. So far, no one is under arrest. It happened in a neighborhood off of Kentucky Avenue. News 8's Kat Sandoval reports.
Police were focused on this home. They say they found 3 people outside injured with stab wounds. Inside the home, they found a man dead. Police say they were called in around 2:40 Tuesday afternoon to South Lockburn Street and Burgess Avenue in the Mars Hill neighborhood. Inside, they found a deceased man with traumatic wounds. Police say they also found a dog with serious injuries. That dog is now stable. The other stabbing victims include 2 women in critical condition and 1 man in serious but stable condition. All were transported to a local hospital.
Well, it's sad. It really is. It's very sad that, that would happen here. Because it's just been such a nice place.
Stillwell has lived in the neighborhood for 10 years. She says it's usually a safe place and that stabbings are rare.
Real quiet, nice neighborhood as far as I'm concerned, I mean, if anything's going on, it's quiet.
Police are piecing together what happened. It's unclear if one of the victims is a suspect, and police have not ruled that out. Officer Tommy Thompson says this is a tight-knit community where everyone knows each other.
Just hurting. There's children out here. This is very traumatic for them. So we need to be thinking about this community.
Police have deemed this an isolated incident and say the area is safe.
We're hoping to garner some information, and we're hoping the community comes out, steps up, has any surveillance footage, has any information, witness information, what led up to this incident, and that they could tell us what's going on, what had happened.
Police did not specify what exact weapon was used or whether it has been found. They are encouraging anyone with any information to contact investigators. I'm Kat Sandoval with Wish TV, wishtv.com.
The superintendent for Western Wayne Schools is now on administrative leave after being charged with a crime. Henry County prosecutors charged Kelly Plank with battery, resulting in serious bodily injury. Court documents show that she got into a fight with a woman at a Newcastle bar in April. Plank now has an active warrant for her arrest. The district says the Western Wayne School Board is finalizing an interim leadership plan. Your statewide news network covers Jefferson County, where part of a church collapsed after a fire in Madison. You can see the pictures on wishtv.com. The city of Madison posted a photo on social media. The north wall of the historic Trinity United Methodist Church collapsed yesterday after a fire on Monday night. Officials say the collapse caused a power outage in the area. At last check, they were working to restore power nearby. Officials say no one was hurt in the fire or the collapse. There's no word yet, though, on what caused the fire. A new state law aimed at saving the lives of abused and neglected children will go into effect on July 1st. Governor Braun ceremoniously signed the bill yesterday. The law was prompted by the death of 5-year-old Kinsley Weltley, who died in 2024 from neglect and starvation. The law requires caseworkers for the Department of Child Services to lay eyes on a child before they close a case. Kinsley's family says DCS caseworkers closed her case without having direct contact with her. The CEO of Indianapolis-based Lilly says the future of medicine lies in AI and neurological treatments. Those comments came at the 150th anniversary celebration for the company. News 8's Garrett Berquist caught up with Lilly's leader.
150 years give Lilly employees plenty to celebrate. Former Colts quarterback Peyton Manning emceed the party. Governor Mike Braun and Mayor Joe Hogsett have declared this week Eli Lilly and Company Week. A new historic marker will mark the site of Eli Lilly's original laboratory. But Ricks is looking ahead.
I'll say it plainly. This may be the beginning of the biggest sustained upswing in our history. It may also be just another peak in a series of peaks and valleys along the way. We don't get to know which, but we do get to choose how to act.
Ricks says the company's researchers already are working on more powerful weight loss drugs. The company just launched its first oral weight loss drug.
We have 7 other molecules in development to try to reduce side effects, being studied for brain diseases. We know these medicines can affect addiction and other brain conditions. So it's an exciting future ahead. Many more combinations, modes of delivery, infrequent delivery. Lilly's at the forefront of this, and we invent those here, we make them here in Indiana.
Ricks tells me AI could speed up many different parts of the drug development process. He says the company already has the most powerful supercomputer in the pharmaceutical industry.
We're using that today. It's at full capacity, helping scientists solve really complicated problems. We also have used it extensively in manufacturing. And we're excited by a partnership we have with Purdue, actually, to create automation in factories, particularly for unsafe jobs or repetitive jobs, where we can have robotics and intelligent AI guiding the manufacturing of our most advanced products.
Rick says to expect treatments for neurological conditions, such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and ALS.
These are complicated diseases. The brain is maybe the final frontier of biology and medicine, but Lilly is at the front edge of that. We have actually medicines in the clinic in trials right now for ALS, as well as these other neurodegenerative conditions. We're all touched and moved by the need, and we want to go faster, but sometimes nature doesn't reveal its secrets all at once.
Rick says Lilly's manufacturing expansion is still on track. He says the company is currently building 11 different manufacturing facilities in the United States. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Some people say they are locked out of their Facebook account for inappropriate conduct that never happened. A business owner contacted iTeam's Kara Kenny, who is digging into the issue.
Many people rely on Facebook not just to keep in touch with friends, but also to grow their business. A Central Indiana restaurant owner reached out to me after she says she was locked out of her account and accused of child sexual exploitation.
At Jordan's Fish and Chicken, they pride themselves on serving their customers. May is busy with races and graduations. Christina Hodgins owns 3 locations and says reaching her customers just got more difficult.
All of my client base there, I have a few other consultation pages that I run that are mine, all gone.
Christina says she got this notification from Meta out of the blue, telling her she violated standards on child sexual exploitation.
I was just appalled. First of all, I'm a mother, and I would never do anything that had to do with child exploitation, and I just thought it was very offensive, and I didn't know what else to do.
She has no idea what triggered the violation. Christina says she tried disputing it with Meta, but that didn't work. Her personal account is connected to a Jordan's Fish and Chicken page. She says someone hacked into it and is posting Chinese dramas.
What are our customers thinking right now? Because I can't even post on there and say, hey, just FYI.
iTeam filed a records request with the Federal Trade Commission. We found complaints filed by Meta users across the country saying they were wrongfully accused of violating standards, including child sexual exploitation. More than 64,000 people have signed an online petition which blames Meta's AI moderation system. iTeam contacted Meta, which told us, we take action on accounts that violate our policies, and people can appeal if they think we've made a mistake. iTeam also shared Christina's information with Meta, and they're looking into the situation.
The situation is going to get worse, and if somebody doesn't actually hold them accountable, nothing's going to happen.
Meta also launched this account recovery hub where you can get support. You can also file a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission. Just remember to keep screenshots and documentation of what happened. Kara Kenny, iTeam.
All of the passengers once on the cruise ship with the hantavirus outbreak are now being closely monitored in countries across the world. Sherelle Hubbard has more details.
A global effort to repatriate all the passengers from the MV Hondias cruise ship is underway after all the passengers and some of the crew have been evacuated from the vessel. In the United States, 18 people have made it back home and are under medical monitoring at healthcare facilities. One travel vlogger is documenting his journey inside of a quarantine unit in Nebraska.
Good morning, everyone. It is my second day here at the National Quarantine Unit in Omaha, Nebraska, and I just wanted to give you a little tour of my room. Here's my thermometer for temperature checks during the day. I have a stationary bike for exercise.
There's no indication that Jake Rosemarin has tested positive for hantavirus. He said in his social post he's, quote, okay and feeling well. He's one of the lucky ones. One doctor who cared for people on the ship has tested positive. He's asymptomatic but is being held in the biocontainment unit.
They're in full hazmat gear or proper protective gear, and I just see a pair of eyes.
2 other people, a couple, are being held in a biocontainment unit at Atlanta's Emory University Hospital. According to the World Health Organization, there are 11 Andes hantavirus cases linked to the MV Hondias cruise ship, and the WHO warns that more cases could emerge in the coming weeks.
But I don't expect to see hundreds or thousands of more cases.
Experts say this variant of hantavirus does not spread easily, and the risk to the general public is low. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
The head of the Food and Drug Administration is stepping down after just over a year on the job. Marty McCary is resigning from the FDA after facing criticism from the health industry and officials, anti-abortion activists, and vaping lobbyists. Anti-abortion groups have accused him of slow-walking an internal review of an abortion pill. Vaping executives also told President Trump that he was blocking approval of their products. President Trump says Kyle DeMontis, the FDA's chief for foods, is expected to take over as acting commissioner. President Trump is on his way to China for a summit with the Chinese President Xi Jinping. Experts say that there is a consensus on both sides that U.S. and China stability is important. The two sides are expected to talk about trade, war in Iran, and Taiwan. Trump is bringing a delegation to China that includes Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. The state visit is expected to last through Friday. The CDC reports that more than 73,000 people died of drug overdoses last year. Well, a lot of attention's on fentanyl. There's another drug having an impact. Kratom is legal plant turned into a drug, and it's raising health concerns across the country. News 8's Jean Glaros has more on the drug's impact in today's Health Spotlight.
This plant looks harmless, but when condensed can have the same euphoric power as opioids.
When it's getting to the point where it's a heavy usage, it can go into this euphoria that can be hallucinogen in its nature.
Kratom is a Southeast Asian plant that can be turned into powder, liquid, or tea. It's sold online and in gas stations and smoke shops. According to the Wall Street Journal, people use it for energy, focus, pain relief, and to get over opioid addictions.
What I think the excuse is that it's legal. And because it's legal, it's a replacement for opioid.
And some users say that's not all.
It's not alleviating pain. It's making other people rich.
Last year, the FDA recommended that 7-0, a byproduct of kratom, become classified as a controlled substance. Fresh Start Ministries says they had to request a specialized drug test to make sure their clients aren't using it.
We have had, some of the guys will say, I just didn't know it was in there.
Carol also says kratom is a gateway drug for younger men and can lead to use of other drugs and even overdoses.
They'll start with kratom for a night, and then they reach into, looking for a little bit better, bigger, faster fix.
Kratom is a self-induced death sentence, period.
Just because something is legal doesn't mean it's not dangerous. I'm Gina Galeros for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This has been your News 8 Daily. From Wish TV, I'm Hannah Mordell. Watch us on Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at WishTV.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.